Hey y'all, it's Angel. All right, listen. You gotta quit wishing for a smooth life. You're shutting everything down. We got to have fire. We gotta have friction. I'm gonna teach you today how to use the friction. Okay, as you learn from me about inner alchemy, you're gonna learn that you use the resistance. You use the struggle. You have to have heat. You have to have resistance. Stop wishing for a spiritual life, a smooth life. You've got to have resistance. You can't strike a match and expect fire. Spiritual transformation, you can't strike a match on a silk sheet. You gotta have some resistance. Stop wishing it away, okay? Become aware of it and use it. I'm gonna teach you how right now. In alchemy, we don't run from the lead. In alchemy, we don't run from the resistance. That's what we work. This is practical magic. You are going to experience resistance, probably more than what you have been experiencing. Oh man, that was the case in my journey early on, and it amped up. And the more I stayed aware of it, the more came to me, but the more I was able to handle it, okay? Listen to me. I'm gonna teach you the mechanics of why this works. It makes sense. And after a few minutes here, you're gonna realize, I hope, I can use the resistance. The resistance is here to serve me. You need fire. You gotta have some grit, man. You gotta have that grit. Think about striking a match. Oh, I need to get a match. Look at all my matches from the thrift store. Yes, I like matches. Okay, in this video, think about striking a match. Look, old-fashioned matchbook. I'm about to use this as an example, so pay attention. You see that match strike pad? You gotta have that. You can't strike a match on a smooth surface. Let's go. Yeah. There you go. Alchemy. Don't go out. Don't go out. You've got to have a strike pad. If you want fire, if you want heat, if you want fire, you better expect some resistance. You got to use it. Okay, listen, I need to tell you a truth about resistance in your life. Friction, hardship, struggle, the shitty days, the rough days, the shitty times in life, the terrible event that happened. Let me tell you something true about friction in life. Friction is a structural requirement for alchemy. You have to have it. A lot of people call it resistance. I don't think of it as resistance. I think of it as like friction. All right, friction in life is a required structural event that has to happen. And the more aware you are during the friction, the more heat that rises. But if the friction occurs and you turn away from it and you lose your awareness, you have lost your heat. I'm going to explain this more through the video, but let me just get this out there. When you have friction, tough times in your life, don't turn away. Hold it. Let the heat rise. Do you see that strike where I lit that match? That created fire. That worked. If I strike this on something that's smooth, there's no fire. You've got to have resistance. You've got to have friction. All right, watch this. jaggedy life, okay? Rough life, rough day, rough life, whatever the hell. Terrible circumstances. Just shit, man. Just seriously, just shit. Crappy shit, man. That's it. Okay? We're gonna reframe that. You cannot look at this the same when you look at this through the lens of alchemy and spiritual work. This is not crap. This is required for you to grow. This is required for you to transform from a caterpillar into a butterfly. You cannot do it any other way. So stop wishing it away. You cannot have it both ways. Stop praying it away. Stop wishing it away. I wish somebody would have told me this with some love. Stop wishing it away. Cry about it. Get angry over it. Feel it. Let yourself acknowledge how shitty it is. It's fine. It's fine. It is the rough surface of your life. Be fully aware of that. Do not minimize it. Do not exaggerate it. It is what it is, and you are witnessing it. Be grateful for that. You are the match. You are the match. You are running yourself along this life, and when you do it in full awareness, it creates fire in you. This is the fire of awareness. This is the only thing that can actually make use of each of these little rough spots. You will make good use of your rough spots. Trust me, I speak from experience. I no longer feel like my life, my tough life, was a waste. The days that I have now that are tough, the situations that I have now that are tough, they are not a waste. They are what I use, and I don't wish them away. If you want to transform yourself, do it. There's so much hope in this truth. You do not have to any longer dread the rough patches. Those rough patches will come, and you will use them. You will stay centered into them, and you will up the heat. Rise, rise, rise. Stay right in it. The truth of what you're thinking. Awareness. The truth of what you're feeling. And it's freaking hard, but you stay there anyway. You understand it. You understand its use. You have to have it, okay? You're the match. The spirit work is the strike. There's lots of strikes. There's lots of heat. There is fire. And that fire's like a furnace. It's like a furnace. Shut the door. Contain the heat. Keep it. Let it stir. It doesn't really matter what you do. Be aware of yourself. Let it stir. Do not turn away from it. The more it rises in you, stay with it. I'll explain that in just a minute. I'll get practical with you. I'll talk about your days because I've been through this. I got loads of examples. I'll get practical with you. When that shit starts happening, you do not turn away. You stare it right in the freaking eye and you acknowledge that it's shitty because you're the match. And it's just the strike board. You need it. So you acknowledge it for what it is. If your life was just smooth and easy, you would never gather enough heat to transform. If your life was just smooth and easy, you would never have enough heat to transmute anything. It's a structural requirement for you to have the friction. Use it. Be grateful for it. So listen, the next time you have a physical event, an event in your reality that feels like friction or resistance against you, it's struggle. Next time you have a physical event like that, I want you to think about this. You've been struck. You've been struck. There is fire. Do not blow it out. Hold the heat. Think about it. Every time you sense a negative thing in yourself or around you, a negative event, a negative emotion, a negative thought. When I say negative, I'm just saying something that doesn't make you feel easy and smooth and good. The opposite of those things. When you sense that, feel it. Simple as that. Don't turn away from it. It'll increase. That's the fire. That's a good thing. You don't need to be a better person. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be a better person. You need to be a hotter person. You need to be more. You need to be super aware of all your heat. Be hot. Get hot with it. You don't need to be better. You need to get hotter, because that heat you feel is just proof that you have the material inside of yourself to work for alchemy. Some people won't feel any resistance. They will actually not feel any resistance or friction in their life. That was me in my early 20s. I was so numb and I was so unaware that I never would have told you that I felt friction. I never would have told you that I felt resistance. I did not feel it. If you feel resistance and friction, that's a good thing. You have the heat. If you feel it to a great degree, that's better. You're hotter. You got your hot points. You know what was hot in me? Anger. Oh, anger was always simmering. And there came a point about 3 months into my journey, and I called it my night of darkness. Let me tell you this real quick. There came a point about 3 months into my journey of inner alchemy where I finally acknowledged I got an issue with anger. I got an issue with anger. And I decided I was going to feel my anger for what the hell it was. I was going to feel it fully. I was scared of it. I was kind of scared of it. It felt like its own thing inside of me. And I created a night with candles for myself alone in my house. My kids were not there. I put candles on. I dressed in all black, and I called it my night of darkness. And I put on music. And I just got in touch with my anger. And I'm telling you, it was rough. There was so much crying. There was actually yelling. It was a whole thing. There was physical sensations, man. There was so much energy. But you know why? Because I had determined before that night, I had determined to touch the anger, because I knew I had been so out of touch with this thing, and now I'm aware of it. Now I'm seeing it everywhere. So I said, let's go. Let's go. Let the heat rise. Let the battle begin. And I felt it. Oh God, it was rough. And it's not like it was just one night, but that was my night of darkness, and I felt it, and I felt it good that night. Look, the friction is what you work with. Do not wish for yourself to have a smooth, easy life. Frankly, the more friction you have in your life, and some people got hella friction in their life. I think I had some, but I can look around and see people that have more than, that's stupid judgment terminology, but more than what I had. But I'm telling you, I had a hell of friction. Deep rooted. Deep rooted. We all do. Get in touch with it. Get in touch with it. Use it. Use it. Let it not be wasted. Understanding this makes you understand that nothing is wasted, ever. Nothing is wasted, ever. The worse it is, the hotter it gets. And the hotter it gets, the more it burns. And when I say burn in alchemy, I'm talking about transmutation. That shit changes. It rises from its current level, its current octave, to something higher. It can only do that. It refines it. That heat of awareness refines whatever it is. So yeah, this is the mess. This is the lead. This is the mess. This is the mess. This is the chaos of your life. This is the rough life. This is every bit of your life that is rough. This is everything inside of you that sucks. Every emotion that you feel that you used to wish you didn't feel. It's all that. All the thoughts that you wish you wouldn't have. It's all that. That's the lead. That's the lead, okay? And that's necessary. These are those moments where you are so angry. Those moments where you are so annoyed. When you feel that annoyed, do not shut it down or vent yourself out. When you lash out, when you react, you have lost your heat. When you feel that annoyance, and I know y'all know what I'm talking about, or when you feel that anger, the real shit, man. When you feel that, do not shut it down. Stay with it. Do not vent yourself outwards and react without doing it consciously. Do not unconsciously react and vent. Let it simmer. If you want to speak, speak consciously. Do not just react. You have lost your heat if you do. Feeling all of that is fine. Has anybody ever told you? Has anybody ever told you? Feeling that is fine. It's good. Has anybody ever really told you that? Feeling that is fine. I would argue it's good. What you do, as long as you do it consciously, by choice, and not just unconsciously, just reacting, what you do doesn't really matter. Act with intention. Act consciously. This is alchemy. This is how transmutation happens of that anger. This is how that constant annoyance, that constant trigger, this is how it actually stops. Because those things that are happening in you, the anger, the significant annoyance, the overwhelmed feeling, the anxiety and fear, those things are not a distraction from the good life, from getting things to be smoother. Those are not a distraction from that. That is the work. That is what takes you there. You need the grit. Let me give you some examples because I got plenty. I am living this, and I just went through the ringer a year ago when I first started my alchemy journey. Let me give you some examples. You know what one of mine was? Passive aggressive behavior from other people. When you got that passive aggressive text sitting on your phone and you realize, man, this pisses me off. Man, this pisses me off. There it is. There was the match. There it is. There was the match. There's the friction. There's you as the match that has struck the strike pad. You've been struck. You've been struck and you're aware of it. Friction. Friction. When that happens, Don't pull away. Don't pull away. Period. When you realize your feelings are involved, your thoughts are involved, your heat is rising. When you realize that you want to react to this, don't pull away. Don't put your phone down. Don't erase the text. Don't ignore the text. Read it and read it again and feel what you feel. Don't snap back. Do not just react. Realize it for what it is. You've been struck. You've been struck. Realize it for what it is. Don't ignore the text. Don't delete the text. Do not put your phone down and not look at it. Look at it. Look at it again. Read it. Feel what you feel. Do not just react and vent all your heat. Let it simmer. Let it hold. It will likely increase. It will likely increase. Breathe. It'll likely go into your body. It'll likely go into your body. You might feel sick. You might get a headache. You might start shaking. You might feel it burn. That is literally the heat. That is the awareness that is going to burn that thing finally. Stay with it. I'm telling you from experience. Stay with it. It will transmute into something higher. And that thing and that feeling that is so familiar to you will start to change. And it's like magic when it happens. And that situation that causes that feeling so often in you, it's like all kinds of situations cause this same feeling in you. That's the point. Feel that feeling and everything else that comes with it as you really feel that feeling. You finally do not pull away from it and you stay aware inside of it. That feeling that has been so familiar to you for decades, that anger that you've identified with, it's familiar. Or whatever your hot spot is, everything in your life seems to make you feel that thing. That's the whole point, is that you finally feel that thing. Everything in your life is mirroring that thing back to you. You need to feel that thing so it can transmute, so it can change. Let your circumstances make you feel what they really do make you feel. It is not wrong. Whatever these strikes are making you feel. So on your rough life, on your rough days, when you have another match that strikes the strike pad and you feel something real intense, whatever that is making you feel, just feel it fully. That's why the thing happened. That's why the universe's mirror let that happen to you, so you could finally feel whatever it made you feel. Don't turn away from it. You'll have another match strike. You'll strike the pad again. And you'll strike it again and again and again. And a lot of times it makes us feel the very same thing. I've said it 100 times in my life. Everything makes me angry. It's because I was supposed to just feel the anger. If everything makes you feel afraid, if everything worries you, if everything makes you angry, or if everything makes you feel sad, it's time for you to actually feel it. That is the only right thing for you to do. Feel that heat in the example of the text coming through to you. Watch your finger hover over that phone, not knowing what to say. Do not just react. Do what you do with that feeling consciously. If you want to say something, say something. If you want to ignore it, if you want to let it go, let it go. If you want to cry, cry. If you want to go tell someone about it, go tell someone about it. Anything that you do doesn't really matter. Do it consciously and in awareness of what you're feeling the whole time. Don't lose the heat. Then, when these strikes happen and you have an event that happened, your choice right then to stay present to it or to mentally, emotionally, maybe physically step away from it. That's everything in that moment. That is everything in that moment. When these moments happen in real life, in your reality, when your life gives you something, a struggle or an emotion, an intense one. In the beginning, you'll recognize mostly the ones that make you feel intensely because they're easy to discern. Or the really shit days. It's easier to have awareness during the really intense ones. And when that happens, your choice, when you become even slightly aware of it, your choice is what matters. You've got two choices and only two choices. You can either stay with it or you can leave it. You can either stay present to it or you can choose to mentally go, emotionally go. All you have to do is stay present to it. That's the work. It isn't complicated. Shit's gonna happen. And when it does, all you have to do is stay present to it and act consciously. It doesn't really matter what you do. You will see, you will witness yourself changing your reactions. You will witness yourself changing your behaviors because of the awareness. When you stay present to yourself, it does not stay at the same frequency. It shifts your consciousness to it and it changes it. Period. It might feel like it's getting worse. Mine did. Mine really amped up. Guess what? That's just proof. That's the heat. That is the fire. Guess what? If it gets worse on you, that's what mine did. As the match would strike, I would get anger. I would get angrier and angrier and angrier. And it was tough to deal with, but I stuck in there. That heat is gonna rise on you. And guess what? That's just proof. That's just evidence of the process. It is rising. And the only thing that it's doing is burning it away. Burning it and melting. It is melting it and refining it because you are finally aware of it. It will not just disappear. This is lead. This is lead. And we are working it to turn it into something higher, into gold eventually. This process, this is how you use anything that happens in your life. The good stuff that strikes and makes you feel, the bad stuff, the friction that strikes and makes you feel, it is all friction. This is how you use everything that happens in your life for your own expansion. This is how your life starts to manifest only good. This is how your life, that strike pad, starts to manifest only good for you. Everything leads to the expansion of you. Everything leads to growth. Everything is alchemizing all the time. Transmutation is constant. Awareness is constant. This is how you expand. This is how your consciousness rises. This is how you level up. This is how you do it. This is practically on a day-to-day basis how you do it. This is hour by hour, minute by freaking minute. You start to feel more solid as a good thing. You start to feel the lead, the density in your life as a good thing, something that's valuable, something that has real value to you. You start to feel more solid, like anything could happen and it'll be okay. In fact, it all works for your good. It feels like you're standing behind it all. You are standing behind it all as the witness. It is like you're standing behind a wall of protection from anything that can actually harm you. Everything is used for your good when you're committed to full awareness of it. Nothing can stop you from transmuting it. Anything that happens, you can transmute it. You are never stuck. You are never wasted. Nothing is ever wasted. That was a big realization for me. I wrote that in my journal and I told my teacher that. And I think I told my kids. I feel like everything I've ever been through is not wasted anymore. And I feel like there's nothing that could happen to me that's gonna be wasted. I'll use it all. I'll use it all for my good. This applies to everything. It sweeps everything in my life. There's nothing outside of this. Everything can be used for my expansion and my good and the transformation of me from a lower density thing to a refined silver and then to gold. For a person like myself, and I am sure that there's lots of people who feel this way, vulnerable. For a person who feels vulnerable, like truly scared of what has happened to them, they have reasons to feel that way because of so many rough patches in their life. For a person who feels vulnerable, when you realize that you're not actually vulnerable, all the strikes are leading you, just feel it. Just try your best to discern what it's making you feel. Where are you at? Touch the center of yourself. Just witness it. Just be the center and witness it. You're not vulnerable anymore. You have become invincible. It's like you're shielded. Your soul is on the inside of yourself, observing this reality, this machine. And anything that happens, your soul uses to transmute through awareness.